Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Stevo. I'm the founder of EDM Sauce, as well as own a record label and a few other websites in the music industry here. So, I'm starting a new project, a new podcast called The Music Marketer. I'm just going to be talking about things I've learned in the past 6 years of doing EDM Sauce. I've written over 11,000 articles and have just done a lot in the music industry. So, today I just want to talk about some of my experiences. I'm going to be spreading this out through just a lot of free lessons here in what I've learned and just some of my ramblings and rants and just sharing the information that I've learned. So today's topic, it's all about the power of three. And what I mean by the power of three is I really feel like for every niche or subgenre in music today, there's usually about three artists that usually are the household names of that scene. So if I look at a field that I really tend to like is electro swing. I love it, electro swing, and I think of right away, I think of Prob Stellar, Jamie Berry, and Caravan Palace. It's been a while since I've listened to electro swing, but those are kind of the three that I know. And if I were to ask for a fourth right now, or if you were to ask for a fourth, I'd probably just kind of come up blank. And that I feel like is kind of the power of three. You could usually name three people off the top of your head for most subgenres out there, but then any more past that, you either are gonna stumble to find that fourth person, or the music subgenres, in my opinion, kind of cut off. So right now, if you're thinking about what kind of music you want to make, do you want to make future bass, which I won't lie, there's a lot of people out there already that are making future bass. Elenium's doing a great job at it. There's hundreds of other future bass artists. It's popular, it's hot, it's what's on the radio. But are you going to be able to get that household name for future bass? Well, unless you're doing something different, whether you're doing an anonymous identity or whether you're doing something, just something that someone else hasn't thought of. You might have a possibility, but it's going to be really hard for you to get those top festival billings. If we look at a few years ago when Thomas Jack and Kygo coined this thing called Tropical House, no one knew of what Tropical House was at the time. They threw on some pan flutes onto a genre and made it kind of sound tropically, and it was great for summer music, but what we saw early was that it was hard to get any bookings for it. It was hard to get Tropical House played at the clubs where all these bottle service people were wanting the big room house style. So, but by creating new genres and new subgenres, it's really helped to push certain artists that might not have made anything big in the big room house scene to actually make a name for themselves. And today we see Kygo headlining some of the biggest music festivals in the world. And I think that's a really important thing, is to either, if you're going to look at it and you're going to go into a subgenre that you think has potential and might be on the radio, or you might get some festival billings out of it, see who's already big in the scene right now. If there's room for other opportunity there, or create your own subgenre. I mean, tropical house, pan flutes, and summer music. Yeah, it's whether you love it or are just trying to make a name for yourself. Just try to make something new, something fresh. Do a new spin on something that someone hasn't already else done. If you're going to YouTube tutorials and searching for how to make a future bass track, good chance 90% of the other people making future bass have done the same thing. So sorry guys, but be original here. Also, I want to talk about how subgenres actually close off, in my opinion. So I had this discussion a few years ago with a few different people, and we talked about how house music has kind of closed off to new people coming into the scene. One example we gave was Henry Fong. We feel like Henry Fong was kind of one of the guys on the tail end that was able to actually enter into house music. And so he was kind of one of the last ones to actually make a name for himself, and he's making a name for himself. He's not really getting the top of the festival billings, but he's getting booked, and he's doing well with it. He also has a great personality and just a great guy. But yeah, if you want to be an American pop band, chances are there's not a great chance you're going to get that, because that happened in the 90s. There was NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, all these kinds of guys. And unless you want to do Korean pop, K-pop, and do a boy band with that, you could be something like BTS, and that's huge right now. But yeah, going into the American boy band scene, it might be a closed-off genre. Other things that might be closed off is Big Room House, starting to lose some of its steam. Sure, it's getting played at festivals, but there's already a lot of big guys in Big Room House. So what I'm thinking right now is Odessa. Odessa produces electronica. Electronica has been around for a while, but when Odessa came, they did something a little bit new. They put a new spin on electronica, did it with live instruments, and they just kind of changed the music scene. But when I look for other bands and musicians like Odessa, I kind of come up short in a lot of ways. So what I did was I went to Reddit and I just asked, hey, is there anyone else like Odessa? Who are your recommendations? Got about 10 listings of different artists like them, and no one's really made a huge name for themselves. There are people that are quickly making a name for themselves, but what I would do if I were you is, and really looking to go for trying to find the direction that you want to take your music productions, look for someone you really respect, someone that is in a genre that's new, and just really attack it here. So future bass, back in the day, it was Oliver Heldens and Chami, and a few other guys, and they just really attacked it. And I'm sure there was some drama back in the day about either some of them jacking each other's style and whatnot, but really they're dominating the scene right now. So what I really want to, just encourage you to do is look for the subgenres that haven't been closed off. If you could think of three popular names for people in that subgenre, maybe just try to look onto something else. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. This is the Music Marketer. So actually on the website here, what I encourage you to do is go to themusicmarketer.io/community, and we're actually doing a community board where I really encourage you to join the conversation. So we're talking about general marketing and social media, all these different kinds of things, and I really want your opinion on a lot of these. I want you to interact with others, and I want to just share my insight through the Music Marketer community and just how to help you get your music heard. So I am the Music Marketer. My name is Steve-O. I'm the founder of EDM Sauce, and thanks for listening.